Well, good morning, everybody. It's Lisa Copeland, 15 Minutes of Fierce. And today is Friday. That's what I like to call Friday. January 4th. How is everybody today? Michelle and Anthony and Laura, good morning. I was going to give a little shout out to Miss Michelle this morning because yesterday we talked about what is the one word? What is the one word that you can use to define you? That you can use to define your 2019, your business, your goals, what it is you stand for. You know, mine is fierce. F, to fear less. I is to have imagination. E is to be enthusiastic. R is for relentless. C is to crush approval addiction. E is to execute. 365. That means 365 days a year because success doesn't sleep. But then I added to that, unapologetically. I'm not going to apologize for success. See, unsuccessful people don't want you to be successful. Laura and Trendy and Chris and Mabel and Craig and Nigel and Max, how are you this morning? We're talking about the one word that's going to define your 2019. But I'm going to give Michelle the big shout out this morning because she did hers first. I tried to figure out how to post it this morning. I didn't, but I'm going to read it to you. She put it up into big sellers, and BELIEVE is her acronym for 2019. The B, to be brave. E, to endure. I love that, Michelle. That means you're strong. L is to let go and let God. I is to invest in yourself. E is to engage others. V is vision. You have to see it. And then E is to embrace change. That is BELIEVE. Michelle, will you put that up? And I also got a couple other ones in, but I wanted to give Michelle the first shout out because she had hers done immediately. I love it when you studious people do your homework. Janelle, good morning. Boy, Janelle, you posted something really great too. I want to read it. I woke up like I do every morning nowadays at 1 o'clock in the morning, laying there thinking about everything I've got to get done. And I saw it. I'm having all kinds of internet problems today, so if I lose y'all, I'm going to apologize ahead of time. But Janelle, you posted something that I think is absolutely worthy. Here you go. Again, read it at about 1 o'clock in the morning. Okay, here we go. She says, now remember, what we're talking about is what we talked about yesterday, was what is the one word, what is the one thing that is going to define your 2019? All right? My one word, my true one word is gratitude. Like that's the person I want to be. That's the person, that's how I want to feel. Trendy, good morning, and Jeff and James. But for my business, it's fierce. For when I go out and speak, for my consulting, everything is wrapped around being fierce. And it's easy when you turn that one word, that motto, into an acronym, because then you can make people understand what it means to be unapologetically fierce, 365, or in Michelle's case, to believe. But this is something I wrote on that I read on Janelle's wall, who's on right now, and I just want to read it to you guys. I loved it. It says, "I will no longer understand or doubt my abilities in being able to achieve my goals. I will not limit my growth. I will believe in myself. I will not believe the lies. I will lift others up. I will unconditionally. I will love unconditionally. I will be thankful. I will forgive. I will not judge. I will choose joy. I will be humble and kind. To be kind is to be clear. I will not speak. To be kind is to be clear. I will not speak negatively. I will speak positively, for there is power in what we say. I will be courageous. I will be fierce. For I am a lion, not a gazelle. I will hustle and grind every single day. I will stand firm in my beliefs, for I am a child of God. Through him I can do all things. I will soar with eagles to help transform and guide my way to becoming the best version of me. I will be unstoppable in accomplishing all things. I will not be forgotten. I will become phenomenal with no one's approval or permission to be great, because I am uniquely just me. Oh, seriously, it was probably 1 or 2 in the morning when I woke up and doing what I always do when I wake up that I shouldn't do because that's what keeps me awake, is checking my phone. And I read that and I was like, wow. If every one of us could adopt that philosophy in 2019, that I'm just going to be me. I'm going to be the best version of me. I'm going to do everything I can to support and help you. I'm going to be fierce. I'm going to be a lioness. I'm going to hustle and grind. I'm going to do all the above, but I'm just going to be me. And if everyone could get their minds around the fact that, you know what? Not everyone's going to accept you, and that's okay. But Janelle, I think it was beautiful. So Michelle wins the award for getting her acronym done first. Janelle for posting that this morning. It was beautiful. If you guys want to go to Janelle Griego's, Griego's Facebook page, you'll see it on there. It's definitely worth a read. It's definitely worth a repost. I very seldom do that. Good morning, Chris Martinez and Jeff and Laura and Zelinda. Okay, so what are your words? I mean, several of you posted them, but what is your one word? What's your one thing for 2019? You know, is it to be unstoppable? Is it to be relentless? What is it? What are you going to do that's going to change the game? And then how are you going to take that word? You're going to break it down and make it an acronym so that you have your marching orders on a daily basis. You know, the big one for me in Fierce, and you guys know this, it's to execute. I see so many people out there. They're rock stars. You know, they're fantastic. They're idea people, but they can't execute to save their lives. And if you can't execute, you cannot succeed. It's almost like execution paralyzes them. That's why the E in Fierce had to be execution. And then the I in Fierce, I changed it to imagination. Because I believe that for you to see the great things, for you to accomplish great things, you've got to be able to imagine what are the possibilities. You have to see it for yourself. You have to see that promotion, that new company, that new product or service you want to bring to market. You've got to be able to see it and articulate it for anybody else to be able to ever see it. You've got to be able to see what it is you want to do and what it is you want to be for other people to do what Michelle's telling you to do, and that's to believe. It's so much easier so many times to get other people to buy into, to believe in us when we can't believe in ourselves. So Michelle, I love that. I love that you put that word out there. Dina says, you have a way with words, Janelle, in the groups and in your writing. Yes, that is just, it was so cool. It was so amazing. Again, I read so much stuff and I thought, oh, this just nails it. It just nails it. If every person would put that mantra up on their wall in 2019. You know, I read something else. That said, you know, why did people wait until January 1st to make a change? Why not make a change as soon as you realize you need to make a change? You know, and I fundamentally believe in that, but there is also something very ceremonial about making that New Year's resolution, about making that decision on that day that you're going to quit an addiction. You're going to quit hanging out with people that aren't good for you, that you're going to lose weight, you're going to start exercising. You know, there is something about it, you know, and I think that it comes down to the energy and the vibe because you have other people making the same commitments on the same days. So I just, I want to encourage everybody out there that, this is a new year. It's only January 4th. It's still time to make your New Year's resolutions. It's still time to make a plan. And so if you haven't done it, I don't want you to not do it. I want you to do it. Janelle, will you copy and paste that post into this? Because for those that are going to be catching the replay on this, good morning, Frank. Good morning, Anthony. Every day should be a January 1st in our mindset. Yes, Anthony, I agree with you. But if you'll paste it and put it out there, I want to see everybody. I'm already seeing people starting to fall off on social media, and God, guys, life is it's just too short. It's absolutely too short. And so I just want to challenge you. I want you to show me some hearts out there for those of you that are members of our Big Sellers Club. Hearts, 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 hearts. Big sellers, big sellers, big sellers. I have been really intentional about big sellers and who I let post in there and what I let get posted in there and who I let come in there. So, the group doesn't grow as fast as some of the other groups out there because I will not just take anybody in big sellers. I want somebody who totally, and I mean, people that absolutely bring value and they bring great content to our big sellers, not just, you know, something that they're posting in 99 other groups. I'm just not interested. I mean, you know, you want to see all that stuff, then you can go see it in the other groups. And that's okay. But I want to encourage all of you to make sure that you guys are members of our big sellers group, that you're posting content, original content that is meaningful, that'll help our big sellers. Janelle just posted that, by the way, everybody, that will help our big sellers go to the next level. I mean, that's why I get up and I do this show every morning, so that I can bring value. I can bring people who have value, who can pour into your lives, so that we can all take this journey called life together. You know, absolutely. Let's see. Eileen's on now. Wendy's on. Good morning. I'll tell you guys, throw me out what the temperatures are in your cities. Oh, Julia, good morning. My good friend Julia, she lost her mom last week, and condolences, absolute condolences to you, my friend. She says, losing her mother this week means I lost my biggest cheerleader, but I will crush it in 2019 in her honor. Yeah. I am really, really sorry for your loss. And she was your biggest cheerleader. But you know what? Now you have an angelic cheerleader. And you have all of us to cheer you on too. Julia's a wonderful friend of mine, and she's a wonderful supporter. And it's very, very hard. We went to the funeral of a very dear friend of mine's mom. And it's so funny, you know, at funerals, because I had never met this woman. Of course, I'd heard about her. She's legendary. But to hear her children and her family speak about her, her name was Janie, and I walked out of there the other night and I felt like I knew her. And isn't that the legacy that every one of us wants to build? And I'm sure, Julia, that that's the legacy that your mom built and that she built for you to remember her by. And so, again, what is that legacy you want to build? What is that one word that you want to tie to you, to your business, to what you want to be known for, known as? All right, so now the temperatures are starting to roll in. I'm getting jealous. 71 in Tampa, Florida. 82 today where Laura Forrester is. 48 for Nigel in Franklin, Tennessee. It's about the same here. But it's just, you know, it's tough. And I'm just so grateful to every one of you that we get up in the mornings and we get to do this thing called life together. I'm thrilled it's only 15 minutes. Anything longer than that with me in the morning is probably too long. Good morning, Greg. How are you? And I just want to continue to tell you guys, absolutely, you know, I respect all of you. I am grateful for all of you. I'm grateful for your input. How you contribute to the group, how you contribute to each other. Good morning, Leslie. Whoop, 35 degrees down in Aggie land. That would be College Station, Texas, I might add. 28 degrees with Greg. But you know, what we were talking about a minute ago was legacy. And Julia spoke about losing her mom last week, which I knew. And just that her mom was her biggest cheerleader, and that in her honor, she's going to go out and crush it in 2019. So I want you to think about, well, who is your biggest cheerleader? And whose cheerleader can you become? Chris says it's 27, where he's at. 48 in Raleigh, North Carolina. East Haddam is where Chris is, 27 degrees. Michigan, a very cold 32. I've been in Michigan in every January. Craig, it's 33 in Pittsburgh. Okay, so it's cold outside, but it's warm within the tribe, and it's warm within this group. I want to thank you guys so much. Jennifer Briggs, girlfriend, where have you been? I have not talked to you in so long. Whose cheerleader are you going to be today? What legacy are you looking to build? So that someday when people are standing up and they're telling your story, what are they going to say about you? So the whole audience knows who you are and walks away thinking, wow, I'm a better person for being here today. I wish I would have known that person. It's 29 in Fairfield with Paul. So anyways, as usual, or as normal, I try to be a respecter of time. And so today it is 7 a.m. So it looks like we're going to wrap everything up this morning. But I am so grateful for you. I started on that earlier. I am so grateful. I love spending my mornings with you. It gets me out of bed. It puts a smile on my face. It gets lipstick on those lips by 6:30 in the morning. I appreciate all that you guys contribute. all that I learned from you, the support and the love that I feel, and it's back at you, I promise. I want you to have a wonderful, fantastic weekend, and I will see you on Monday. So go out, be unapologetically fierce 365 days a year. I want you guys to keep working on your word, turning it into an acronym. Jump into big sellers. Michelle did hers under Believe, and we have a couple more too, so go in and look at them. Create your mantra, create your statement, and go out there and crush it.